Today I show you the easiest way to guaranteed finish the quest For Whom the Bell Tolls without needing any specific stats and without the need to lockpick anything or brew the potion yourself. And if you have high speech, scholarship or thievery, I will show you an even faster way right after, that finishes the quest within a few minutes without any sneaking around needed. Now to start with the easiest method, after carrying the 3 sacks we talk to the smith and use our pass as a blacksmith's son to gain entrance to the inner courtyard. We accept the horseshoe job but won't actually craft it. Once you enter the courtyard, head right and into the room below the stairs. Here we steal some food from the shelf on the left if no one is inside. You can also steal these 2 potions, one for speech and one for thievery, to raise your stats to try the faster method. But more on that later. Now head back out and go up the stairs. Give the food to this guard and wait for him to turn around. There is a single soldier patrolling from the top of this staircase to a window much further up the tower, but I believe you have to go up once to trigger him walking around. So just sprint or walk up the row of staircases and the linear corridor until you reach a door to the scribe's place on the left side. Don't panic now if you might hear the guard approaching from the top. Enter the scribe's room and close the door behind you. Don't worry if the scribe is here, he won't snitch on us for trespassing, and we actually need him soon. Before doing anything else, go to this container on the left side of the room and steal the entire set of clothes and put them on. If the scribe is reading and you are careful, he won't notice. Wearing the clothes makes sure we won't get punished for stealing or trespassing, as long as we surrender and go for the charisma option. Now the important part. We gotta pickpocket the key off of this scribe. Leave the pockets right after entering if you feel you didn't get enough time, and try again until you have a good 10 seconds to navigate down and find and steal the key. Once you have it, go back to the other side of the room and open the chest next to the earlier container and loot the fever tonicum. This was the hardest part already. It doesn't matter if the scribe saw you steal it or if a guard finds you now. We now head back down and to the outside of the courtyard. Somewhere around here we find convict Votava, and if he's done with his work we can talk to him. Sometimes he is bugged and can be found inside the shack and unresponsive. Give him a quick jab to help him drop the sack and get on with his work. Talk to him and ask him for a lockpick. He will refer you to the hired hand Kabat. Alternatively, if you don't want to wait for the convict, you can also craft the horseshoe from earlier so you can talk to Kabat. At the hired hand, it's not the lockpick we are after, but asking him for it, he will tell us that priest Nicodemus has a rosary that does not belong to him. But just like with the horseshoe we were supposed to make for the hired hand, yet again we disappoint him. Talk to Nicodemus, who can be found around the practice range. Go for the dice option and mention the rosary. Afterwards, tell him you won't play for stolen goods. Then walk back into the courtyard and speak to the praying man Jarek right here about Sir Thomas. He will tell you who the rosary belongs to, and telling him about it will give you access to the chapel with a personal escort there. Here we give the fever tonicum to Thomas and successfully end this chapter. Now I will show you an incredibly fast way. It could not be more straightforward, but you need either around 11 speech or 10 scholarship to pull this off. But there's no sneaking needed. You get full access to all places you need with this, and you don't even need to carry a single sack. Instead, head to the front of the courtyard and head towards the building behind the practice range. In the room at the bottom you find a digestive potion to steal on this bench on the right. Now head into the courtyard, past all the guards screaming at you for trespassing, and go left and towards the door at the bottom. Enter the room and approach the chamberlain that appears to be suffering. Succeed on either the speech or the scholarship check, and then, when making a diagnosis, you need at least 2 successes. Make sure to not get any fails from a weak stat, as that can change the outcome from already having the solution to not knowing the answer anymore. Now after the diagnosis, make sure to tell him that you need tools to brew something, even though we already have his medicine. This will give us full access to the other side of the castle. After he gave us access, we can give him the potion, which will also give us access to the chapel. It doesn't actually matter which potion we give him, he will give us access either way, but lucky for him, the digestive potion was the easiest to steal. Now from here on we either repeat the steps with the scribe from earlier, or if you're good at lockpicking, you can go 1 floor higher, enter the room on the left and lockpick this chest with a hard lock. In here you find 2 fever tonicums, savior schnapps and the digestive potion, and again. The person this chest belongs to is Black Bartosz. I've looked all over for him, and as far as I can tell, he does not appear before finishing the quest. And as I mentioned earlier, for the speech check on the chamberlain and for this lock, you can steal both a speech and a thievery potion in the room below the stairs in the courtyard if you are a few levels short. Now you might have noticed that we didn't steal anything else in the castle yet. It is much easier to do that after finishing the quest, and I will show you a couple good things like skill books, great clothes and armor you can find around here in the next video.